Hello everybody and welcome to Forehead Gamers. I am your host Ryan, or most people know me as Rygas, and today we're going to be doing the top 10 creepy urban legends from Alabama, which is in the US. So, starting us off at number 10, the Constellation Church of Red Level, Alabama. They say the church is no longer in use because of banshees. Now if you don't know, banshees are an Irish mythological folklore. They say if you sit inside the gate you can hear Confederate soldiers marching. There is an outhouse in the back of the church. And if you go inside by yourself, the door will shut behind you and lock. The only way you can get out, though, is if someone comes out there and opens it for you. There are also tales of possession there as well. They also say when you are leaving, there are tales of a small little boy playing with a ball. If he rolls the ball to you and you give it back, you are going to die. Also, while you are driving back out the driveway, there is a little girl that's skipping down the road. If you try to go past her with your car, the car will stop. Until she goes past the car again, you cannot get past her no matter what. Also, if you overstay your welcome, there's a 1960s motel back Ford truck that will also come speeding down the road, and if it catches you, then you will get into a car wreck with no survivors, is what the tale says. There has also been sightings of hellhounds around the cemetery. Now, I don't know about you, but I might not be going there anytime soon. Probably. Number 9, we have Crybaby Hollow. There's an area in Hartsville, Alabama. There's a tiny one-lane bridge. Locals call the Crybaby Hollow. At first glance, the bridge really isn't anything much to look at. 12 feet across, an average of your small creekside bridge. However, there is many stories as to why the area is haunted. They've said that one of them is being a wagon in the 1800s overturned, injecting a baby into the creek where it drowned. They say if you go at night, the creek is where you'll have crying coming from the water. Others say if you leave the candy bar on the bridge and leave to come back, a small bite will be taken out. Others say the stories are nonsense, but there's something odd and spooky about the location, and that maybe it has to do with something that happened even longer ago. Now, I don't know about you, but babies, they tend to creep me out. I don't really trust them too much. Number 7. Dead Children's Playground. Legend says that in the 1960s, the area around Huntsville was gripped by a terrible rash of children abductions and devastations in the city. Unfortunately, many children didn't survive. The clutches of their captors and their bodies have been discovered around the area where the McIntyre Playhouse now sits. Over the years, many curious adventurers have made the midnight trek down the long dark road in Children's Playground with the hopes of capturing paranormal activities for themselves. Investigators have reported witnesses of swings moving by themselves, as well as hearing the disembodied voices of children singing, playing, and even calling out to them. The swings, which sometimes swing back and forth side by side, are usually the center of the activity. Now, I don't know about you, but like I said, from the Crybaby Hollow, don't do well with kids, so I'm definitely getting out of there at midnight. I'm not going near it at all. Number 6, we have the Burson and McIntyre House. The Burson McIntyre House is a former plantation that has been standing in Decatur, Alabama for over 170 years. The house has deep roots to the Civil War. The front column are riddled with bullet holes from various battles and battles of Sulla, was planned within its walls during the war. It also sometimes used as hospitals and soldiers after died in the house. According to local lore, a Union soldier died from battle wounds in the Burnson's McIntyre house and was buried under the floorboards for a few days until the battle had died down enough for him to give him a proper burial. Since then, people reported seeing apparitions of the ghost lurking around the house, in addition to Union soldiers. People report seeing the spirit of a woman in white lurking around the grounds. Perhaps it's part due to the violent history, and the house has no longer been rumored to be haunted. I mean, that really doesn't bother me too much. I think I could stand that. I feel like I might be dragged. But other than that, I think I'll be fine. Number 6, we have the slag of Sloss Furnace. Found in Birmingham, Alabama, Sloss Furnace supplied the necessary steel to build skyscrapers and automobiles across this country throughout the 1800s and 1900s. Much local lore support surrounding the company says, most notably the tale of James Slag Waterworm. Slag was the supposed foreman of the furnace during the early 1900s and was known to force workers into endure brutal conditions to meet production needs. Workers often worked long hours with minimal sleep and were exposed to the temperatures of over 100 degrees. During the slag's reign, 47 workers died due to mishaps and accidents. The mistreatment went until Slag lost his footing and fell to his death in a pool of melting iron, which, while ruled on accident, many spectators are fed up with workers push Slags into the iron. Oh, God, that doesn't sound okay. Slag spirit is rumored to linger in the furnace, at the furnace. Slag spirit is rumored to linger at the furnace. Workers have reported being pushed by unseen forces and hearing angry voices saying, "Get back to work." Workers also endure mysterious burns and even reported seeing half-human, half-demon lurking on the grounds. Just the thought of being pushed in the metal iron don't feel too good, and half-human, half-demon, let's get out of this. Let's go to the next one. Number 5, we have Hell's Gate Bridge. In a local legend of Oxford, Alabama, as the story goes, sometimes during the 1850s, a young couple's car drove off the bridge and into the water below. Supposedly, if you stop at the bridge and turn off your lights, a member of the couple will enter your vehicle and leave a wet spot on the seat. Many people believe that when you stop at the bridge and glance over your shoulder, the road behind you resembles the fiery gates of hell. Several locals have experienced this over the years. Yeah, I don't want to stop, but I don't want my car wet, so I'd probably just keep going, just get the hell out of there, no pun intended. Number 4, hugging Molly. Now, I don't know about you folks, I like to give hugs, okay? If you come up to me, I'll give you a hug. It's reported that she is seen late at night in a black dress and is at least 7 foot tall. She wanders the streets of Abbeville, and it's said that if you see her, you need to run. Just book it. Because if she sees you, she will give chase, and she will catch you. And when she does, she gives you the biggest hug you've ever had in your life, and gives you an ear-piercing screech. Legends say that her screams never killed anybody, but legends say her screams will stay with you for your entire life. Plus side is, there's no been reports of her killing anybody, but it still strikes the fear in everybody around. I don't know about you, but it makes me not want to give hugs anymore, because you never know, I could be in Abbeville, and giving somebody a hug, and it might be Molly. On to number 3, is the Anniston High School locker room ghost. The legends go as the ghost of the Amityville High School girls' locker room has gone back years and is often recounted by the upperclassmen to their incoming freshmen as kind of a hazing ritual. In it, a girl realized she left her purse in the girls' locker room on her way to catch the bus home and went back to retrieve it. While in the locker room, she heard footsteps and was suddenly assaulted by a man. As she strangled her and she flailed, she pulled down a roll of lockers which fell on top of him and killed him. The attacker lay dead in a pool of his own blood. When the police were called to the scene, they found that the girl's purse and a pool of blood beneath the fallen lockers, but no body. Many say that similar events have occurred numerous times, the ghost attacking any girl who finds herself in the locker room alone before vanishing. Yeah, I don't like schools already. I don't like schools at night. I definitely don't want to go to school at night during a haunted type thing. Let's move on. On to number 2. The piano-playing housekeeper. Gonswood Mansion in Demopulse, Alabama, is a gorgeous old house that had a very talented ghost. According to the local legend, in the 1800s, Nathan Whittlefield lived in the house with his family. When his wife died, he hired a housekeeper to help with daily chores. The housekeeper supposedly loved playing the family's piano, but unfortunately fell ill and died shortly after being hired. She requested to be buried back in her hometown, but died during a hard winter. Her remains were stored in the house under the staircase in the basement until her body could be transported back east. Rumor has it her ghost haunted the house before she received the proper burial. Guests and residents could hear footsteps coming from the basement stairs frequently. Sometimes a phantom piano could be heard playing in the songs of the woman loved dearly in life. See, that doesn't bother me too much. I think I'd actually probably go sit around, just take a listen, but other than that, I wouldn't be freaked out by going there. I think that'd be pretty fun to actually see. Alright, now on to our final one. Number 1. The Headless Man of Stringfield Memorial Hospital. Stringfield Memorial Hospital in Anniston, Alabama, originally housed 2 ghosts. One of the ghosts of the founder, Mary Stringfellow, who was an old organ player. She supposedly wanders the hallways at night, accompanied by the sound of organ music. The area apparition, however, is said that this headless man, supposedly a man, committed suicide in one of the hospital rooms by shooting himself in the head. Ever since, guests reported seeing a phantom figure of a headless ghost roaming the hallways. But yeah, those are the top 10 urban legends from Alabama. Out of the ones I read, let me know which one you guys like the most. To me personally, I preferred hugging Molly. I don't know, just the fact being I like to give hugs to people when they're feeling down, that kind of freaks me out the most, actually. If there's anything that you know of from Alabama, let me know down below. I would like to hear it. Also, If you want to see updates to videos or, you know, regular stuff, link down below to my Instagram and my Twitter. If there's any states you want us to do, like sooner than the others, because we're going to go through like a list of them, just let us know. But as always, you know, have a good one.